Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here tonight as we brave the weather. Well, maybe not quite yet. But we're
braving it.
It's a little bit wet outside.
Okay, it's also for the rest of the week. I need you guys to understand this.
The rest of the week.
The high does not go above 60 degrees.
You know what? I think
We're from Southern... Well, you're not. I'm from Southern California.
I'm excited about this, to be honest. And I'm glad I have Disney reservations because, like, if everything gets canceled, I'm just going to go take pictures in the rain.
Like, sure.
It's going to be great.
But also, it's going to rain like 2 inches just this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so much. They're like...
I will say that's hard on my Minnie.
They're like, this is a lot of storm for Southern California. I'm like, that's what we have said about every storm so far.
It's true. It is very...
It's really starting to stress me out.
Yeah, it is very true. All right, Katie, let's get into the show. What should people do?
You should go to thegeekscorner.live. It's where... No, geekscorner.live. I was mixing.
That's the old one.
The old website and the new website.
Yeah.
Geekscorner.live.
The new one of 2 years.
See what happens when you interrupt me? If you go to geekscorner.live, you can find the episode that you're probably watching right now. From there, you could click on that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we do this every week, believe it or not.
Believe it.
Single week. And we have for...
A long time.
12 years.
This is coming up on 13.
It'll be 13 October, though.
Yep. So it's coming up.
You're doing the Katie. You're rounding up once you get into the year.
Well, we were talking to Drew earlier today, and he was suggesting some ideas for Geeks Corner. And I was like, did you ever see when we did that before? And it was 11 years ago. Anyway.
No, Mr. Daps is doing the me thing, where I have this weird summer anniversary at my job. And so once I get to January, I will just start saying the new number. So I've been saying 9 years for the last 3 months.
Yep.
Because I'm just rounding up. So you're doing the Katie, you're just rounding up because we're in the new year.
That is true.
But from there, once you subscribe, you can also share it. Again, if you love us, share it with all your friends. Share it with people you care about. If you hate us,
share it with somebody you don't like.
Share it with someone you don't like. Say, you know what? This reminded me of you. Let them figure out why.
They're going to go with the bow tie, aren't they?
Maybe.
Who knows? You never know. All right. We are starting a new, what is this, a segment? It's not even really a segment. It's a
mini segment.
Ditty. I don't know what it is. But it's what's on Mr. Daps' desk. Maybe someday we'll have a logo and like music for it or something too. But I realized I read a lot. Mm-hmm. Is this accurate?
Well, every birthday, friendiversary, holiday, anything, I end up getting you at least one book on top of other things. So
and then other people get me books. Disney gives me books to review, which is what's on Mr. Daps' desk tonight is a book. It is a Alice in Wonderland, the official cookbook, which, if this gets enough attention and excitement, I'm thinking it would be really fun to, in the process of reviewing this book that showed up the other day, maybe picking a recipe out of here, like perfectly potted cheese.
Ooh.
It says on here that there's more than 50 topsy-turvy recipes that are inspired by Alice in Wonderland. But maybe I will do a video making one of these and then reviewing the Sailor's Life Boat Crudité.
Not the crudités!
Oh, I like this one, actually. Whether Pigs Have Wings pastries. They look delicious.
Ooh.
Like, doesn't that look good?
That looks good.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun book to review, and it's what's on Mr. Daps' desk right now. And if you like hearing or seeing what I'm reading, there's usually 5 or so things going on at any given time, and I will share them with you. And I'll put a link to this. I don't think it's available yet, but I will put a link to it on Amazon in the show notes.
Exclusive.
Did you like that?
I loved that. Let me just open to a random page and let me just see
42.
What happens.
Okay.
Mushroom perch pie.
That sounds good.
Which is appropriate because I love mushrooms.
There you go.
How fun. And it'll tell you, this is actually really neat.
Look at the forward too.
This is telling me right at the top that it's vegetarian. This is telling me that something is gluten-free. And this is also going to say vegan. So it's also very helpful if you have dietary restrictions.
Now look at the forward.
And the forward I'm excited about because,
Do you know what I'm...
yeah, it's by Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah,
And she's in a little Alice dress.
in her living room.
It's lovely.
Yeah. So that will be something that we may do more often, and I hope you like that. All right. Today, the big news of the day was that Disneyland is dropping its virtual queue for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway starting tomorrow, which is great. And initially, I think a lot of us that watch these things regularly, we're kind of like, it's been a month. This is about where we expected it. I have a question, though. Do you think the weather had any impact on this announcement?
Potentially.
I realized if I'm knowing this is coming up sometime soon, and I'm looking at the weather this week, there's kind of a good reason to just be like, yeah, the weather's going to be bad. This is a good time to transition when people aren't necessarily going to want to stand in the rain anyway.
Sure.
But anyway, what do you think about virtual queues going bye-bye?
So I think this is great. I'm still waiting for Cosmic Rewind to drop its virtual queue, but
Do you want it to drop its virtual
from what
queue?
I've seen, Cosmic Rewind doesn't necessarily need the virtual queue.
I liked it, though, because they were so gracious with it.
Yes. I don't know. So, anywho, I just think when you have multiple attractions with virtual queue in the same resort, it gets to be a lot. And so with Tron coming with a virtual queue.
Oh, you mean full resort?
Full
yeah,
resort
okay,
wide.
got you. Yeah.
So like when Spider-Man and Rise both had virtual queues, I was like, okay, this is a lot. Oh my god, my sweater vest is slaying. Sleepy Peach Clothing on Instagram. Anyway, I think this is a good move. I was only getting a virtual queue to sit on the grass, to be completely honest. Like, we've probably had 3 virtual queues that we couldn't make it to in the last week.
Or chose not to.
Or chose not to because we were tired. But
Like, we could have made it to. We just decided we didn't want to.
only got it because I wanted to sit on the grass. Like, it was not, or like I wanted to walk around and see the construction progress, or it wasn't like a desire to go on the attraction. The attraction's fun, but it was like it was just I wanted to sit on the grass type of thing. So I think this is good. I also feel like this has to be related to the downtime of the attraction.
It's possible.
I got an individual lightning lane 4 weeks ago, trying to take a friend on the attraction who had never been on it before in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And it went down, I think the attraction went down to 3 or 4, and then it never came back up because it was a special event night. So once it closed for fireworks, it was done for the night. I ended up getting a refund, so if that is a situation that anybody ends up in, it goes down.
It might happen.
You get a refund.
Maybe.
But I feel like that was part of it, especially because they were limiting the land to people that had a virtual queue. And so it was just kind of this, like, sticky situation, I think, to be in. I think this is great. I also think that virtual queue adds a demand to the attraction that might not necessarily be there, if that makes sense.
I have mixed feelings on that. I think that it might at some level, but I also wonder if we're starting to be immune to it. Because I also am thinking, like, I thought that initially with reservations also, and I think we're starting to see that they don't create the inflated demand that they did a year ago.
So, but I'm thinking of, with the virtual queues, we stayed in Toontown for like a solid hour and a half.
Yeah.
Would we have done that
No.
if we... No.
I thought you meant for, like, people wanting to go in initially and go on the ride. But
No, like, I just mean, like, for Toontown in general. I think
I think we were an anomaly, though. Like, just looking around.
I'm seeing...
Like, there's some, but...
I'm seeing one of our friends who's only been getting a virtual queue said he can go to the Jessica Rabbit mailbox.
Yeah.
Which
is fine.
I love.
Yeah.
That's iconic. Yeah, I just think it's really interesting, and I think that now this gives an opportunity to re-ride for guests that want to do that. Like, if what you want to do is go on Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway 8 times...
I actually like that thought
You can do
process.
that.
Is if you want to wait for something and that's how you want to spend your day at Disneyland, I have zero problem with that. In fact, I love that for currently just World of Color, there's a standby area for that fills up ridiculously fast. But it's a decent view over on the bridge. And I do miss the days where if you wanted to spend your afternoon waiting for Fantasmic, do it. Because that means all of those queues are that much shorter for me if I want to go on Pirates of the Caribbean, if I want to go on Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, whatever. And I loved seeing for Wondrous Journeys people camping out in front of the castle, 4, 5, 6 o'clock at night, because that means they're not going on the things I want to go on at any given time. And I do think if that's the thing that you want to invest in, I actually think there should be an argument made for that. And
well, 800%. I also think that this queue lends itself very well to going through it multiple times. So say that
and waiting in.
Say that somebody's mission is to be like, oh, I want to see all the things. I want to find all the Easter eggs. I want to take in-depth pictures of everything. Like, you can do that time and time and time again if you're willing to put in the time.
Yep.
And I, especially for attractions like this, prefer that. Because I think we'll see the queue tomorrow. I'm going to guess 90 to 120 minute wait. That's my guess tomorrow. But
depending on the weather.
Depending on the weather. But I think that we're going to steadily see that average out to about a 45-minute wait, because that's what Roger Rabbit averages out to, typically. So 30 to 45-minute wait, I think.
I don't know what the hourly capacity is for that, so it might go through quicker.
Oh, I didn't think about capacity of Roger Rabbit versus...
I think it might have more capacity than Roger Rabbit, so it might end up with a shorter line than...
But I'm saying that we might see it average out to a 30 to 45-minute...
Yeah. I would not be surprised. And it's a solid dark ride that fits along with the Fantasyland type thing, just on a much bigger scale. So,
and I can't wait for Toontown to open.
Yes, I totally agree. Another thing that will be opening this summer is San Fransokyo Square, which was announced officially. Well, we knew it was coming. The opening date and the actual name was announced yesterday.
Well, the opening season?
Era, yeah.
Opening era.
Yeah, which... if it's all open while they're doing the work.
I'm guessing that maybe at some point they're going to have to close parts of the land. Or that's just when they're saying that they'll be officially done.
I think it's going to be hey, we're officially done. Here's Baymax and Hero.
And Hero.
Like, if I had to make a guess. And maybe if there's a new... because it said there's like a beer garden now. And it's like, and if it's a new... dining establishment, maybe there'll be a special opening for that too. But I did have this thought. I'm like, if you can walk through the whole thing and it never really closes. Anyway, what do you think of the concept? It's just the weird things I think about.
No, I love it. I am so 100% on board with San Fransokyo. I think everything about it is great. RIP, as it seems, to one of the remaining pieces of DCA 1.0, the beer cart. RIP to a real one.
Unless they just move it to the other side.
But I don't know, like, I don't think that was making or breaking a land. Like,
No.
I think people liked the beer cart because it was convenient, but I don't think that it was like...
You know what I would be worried about if I were worried about changing that area? And I have zero opinion on this. The margarita stand. I would get rid of that so fast if I was in charge.
Yes. So
like, it's space that doesn't need to be taken up.
It's dead
and
space. I'm sorry if you like Rita's.
I think the beer truck can move anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not super worried about that. Like, they could put it anywhere. The margarita place?
Rita's is like an awkward...
Yeah.
It's right in the middle.
And that's a lot of prime real estate to sit. And if you're adding more to that space that's going to attract more people, you almost need more seating area. Especially if you're adding Baymax or like the character meet and greet, you're adding a beer garden.
Which seems like it is an add-on to Cocina.
Plus all of the food. Like, that's a lot of, I don't know.
I hope they add more shade.
Yeah, I would like that.
This is...
just put some more boats upside down above us.
The Disney California Adventure brand. Everything's hot. So that area of the park, I always kind of associate with being very warm. Because it's all just concrete and not a lot of trees.
Well, and if it rains, you're in real trouble.
That's very true. I actually remember that one time we sat eating soup and it just rained into our soup. And we said,
Yeah, it was kind of gross.
yum, yum. I am so on board with San Fransokyo. I love this. I love everything about it. We're getting the Golden Gate Bridge back in DCA 1.0 Hoomst. We'd love to see her. Overall, I think that this is a major upgrade for that section of the park.
Well,
Now,
and the way
Hollywood Backlot.
Disney California Adventure is heading is, I feel like, idealized versions of different parts of California, or even ideas for California. So I'm kind of hoping that they keep doing this in different parts, and they're really actually pretty close. But I would probably, if I were the power that be, I would do more with Hollywood Backlots and also the gardens.
Paradise Gardens. Yeah, because I would not touch Grizzly.
Like, it's fine. I don't know for sure that Colin Mockery's is going away. They didn't specifically talk about Boudin Bakery, and they did say that bread bowls will still be around with your favorite soups. So I think there's a
They can't get rid of the
chance.
bread tour.
We are going to make sure that we get a video of the tour and the full video just to make sure for posterity that we're good to go.
Remember
But
when they used to hold you hostage in the bread tour?
I liked it.
I miss when they held
I
you
thought it was
hostage.
hilarious.
They made you. They said, "Mother dough. What about father dough?"
And then you
have to
could go
sit
across
here
and you could
and-
learn about tortillas too.
and laugh. I miss the tortillas.
Yeah. See, that's the one I'd be more worried about is Ghirardelli.
No, Ghirardelli's fine because Ghirardelli is a San Francisco staple.
In San Fransokyo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is any of this real?
Exactly.
Are you real?
You never know.
Well, I know you're not real. You are a figment
you
of my
never know.
There is zero way you exist outside of a figment of my imagination.
Take the hat off and I'm gone.
Ah!
King the Conqueror has arrived at Disney California Adventure in Avengers Campus. We're just going to move right into there. We have seen him over the weekend. What did you think, Katie?
I love him. He's fun. He's a little spooky. I like a little spooky fella.
He's kind of like a mix between a superhero and a spy and a, I don't know what else.
Yeah, I can see all of that. He will try and get you to help him take down the Avengers. So watch out for that.
He wants you to help him conquer stuff.
But like, keep it a secret. Keep it on the DL. You know? I love him. I think he's really great. I think his costuming is fantastic, and I think that his makeup is fantastic. Everything about Kang, love him. Very fun. I enjoyed meeting him. I've enjoyed seeing him. I just love what Marvel has done with Avengers Campus and the character opportunities.
What is the #1 character you would like to see in Avengers Campus?
Wow. That's difficult.
And it could be one
Luis.
that's already there
Luis.
or completely not. Okay.
From the Ant-Man movies.
Okay.
I just want him to walk around summing up what's happened.
Everything that's
Yeah.
happened. It would be funny to see him walking around like, this is what happened with my day at Disney. Yeah, I'm amused with that.
And then you see him later in the day, he has a churro. See him later in the day, he has a pretzel. He's got an ice cream bar. Then he gets ears.
Okay.
That could be fun.
Okay. I like that. That works.
What's yours?
I don't know. I'm already happy
This
with...
man will ask me questions.
Well, I like Captain America, so mine's already there.
It's just funny because you do that somewhat frequently.
I usually, when I know I'm going into the question and it's just the two of us, I have an answer in the back of my head. And coming out of this, I'm like, I don't have anything hugely imaginative.
But then I do the same thing. I ask questions.
Cassie, I'd like to see Cassie.
Oh, that's fun.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good answer.
Yes, all right.
Good answer. Good. We could never be on Family Feud.
In theory, on Friday, Magic Happens is supposed to return to the Disneyland Resort for its second or first full run, depending on how you look at this.
Check the weather.
But the weather, the last I saw, was about 90% rain on Friday. So what do we think? When is the first day that Magic Happens will be presented at Disneyland?
Sunday,
You think it's Sunday?
in my opinion.
Currently,
is
I would agree with you.
90% chance on Friday, 90% chance on Saturday.
Yep.
No chance currently on Sunday. But then, yes, rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Of course, now that we're saying this, it's going to rain on Sunday, and we'll be looking at next Friday.
Can I just say,
Do it.
I should.
I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
No, you don't. I should find the tweet that aged like milk, which was the first week of March. I said, oh boy, if it doesn't rain this week, I need to take my camera in and shoot Magic Happens because work's been hard, whatever. Then it rained and the
So you're
pandemic
saying
hit.
it's your fault.
Yeah. So here's a lot of things that have changed. 1, work is way more stressful for me now. Good luck, Charlie.
More rain.
2, more rain. 3, baby girl doesn't even use her camera anymore. This is my camera. Fun fact. This right
no, it's
here.
not actually.
It's not?
No, yours is in that over there.
Oh, is this the T3 or is this?
3.
Oh. So it's not my camera's, Mr. Daps has my camera. But
I mean, it's right there.
I am so convinced that this parade is cursed, guys. It barely even got a full run when she first came. Like, California is notoriously dry. We've been in a drought for, like, I feel like my whole life.
I think technically we still are.
We're still in a drought because they said that we don't have the reservoirs built up
Yep.
to catch all this rain.
Yep.
Anyway, yay. You didn't know this was an infrastructure podcast, but, like...
We're a podcast now? Wow.
Well, depending on where you're watching this or listening to
Listening,
this.
I guess, yeah.
Or sometimes you maybe don't want to look at us. You just want to listen to this as a podcast.
I will admit, though, I love the Rainy Day Cavalcade.
Oh, so do I.
It is one of my favorite delights at Disneyland.
It's so cute. I wish we had Florida's. Because Florida's is really cute. With the
Yeah,
little
but I
raincoats
love
and-
how fast ours goes by and people like come swarming over to the parade route and then it goes by and depending on which song, like maybe it'll be Celebrate, maybe
I
it'll
like that
be,
song.
yeah.
Which is from Paris.
You never know.
But, like-
It's there's so many different ones.
This, I just feel so sad for this parade because California, it's never supposed to rain. Like, we never get rain like this. But Magic Happens got rained out of most of its first 2.5-week run. May she rest in peace. Bermuda Triangle? Is the parade going to the Bermuda Triangle?
What was your second point?
I'm scared of the parades in the Bermuda Triangle now.
Well, we'll see.
And my second point is that now it's happening to her again.
Okay.
She deserves better. She's a good parade. I love her.
Okay. We will
She's still
see.
she's still my ringtone.
Okay.
If someone was to call me right now, and I took my watch off, so that the call wouldn't go to my watch, you guys could hear my ringtone as Magic Happens.
Let's hope magic happens. Let us know when you think the first day of Magic Happens will be in the comments. We will be very curious to see who is correct this time around. And in the meantime, it's going to be raining at Disneyland. We do have an article up on the website called 5 Ideas for Rainy Days at Disneyland. Make sure to check it out. What is your favorite thing to do, though, Katie, when it rains at Disneyland?
Get a hot snack. So, like, soupy or a pretzel, something warm and
Okay.
cozy. And then I like to people watch.
Cool. And I'm the exact opposite, where I'm out in the rain taking pictures.
You're the people I'm watching.
Probably.
I go, there he is.
Yeah.
Nothing
it is
will ever
funny,
be.
is like I feel like you meet really amazing people when you take pictures in the rain, especially long exposure, because people just randomly will start coming up to you and asking you what you're doing, which I think is kind of obvious. It's like tripod, camera, umbrella, this big bag thing that I put over my camera to keep it dry. And I'm like, well, taking pictures in the rain. And yeah, you know. But what were you going to say?
Nothing will ever top. I've told this story probably 4 or 5 times on Geeks Corner. That's fine. I will continue to tell it every time we talk about the rain. One time we saw somebody with an entire patio umbrella in Town Square.
Yep.
Like,
The more I think about it, I think it was from somewhere at Disneyland.
oh, it had to have been. And I
Yeah.
would love to see the conversation when they were trying to exit the park. But they had an entire patio umbrella. Just, choop. And it was,
It's a good way to do it, honestly.
but no, because those are made, like, those are not made for rain. Those are made for sunshine. So patio umbrellas are made of, like, this canvas material that does weigh down.
So it got heavier and heavier, but you're still dry.
But then it starts to leak through the material. Like,
Don't like it.
no, I don't think that those types of umbrellas are effective.
Okay.
Like,
But that makes it that much better.
I see, like, the little, like, I worked at a Starbucks that had one, and we ended up getting rid of it because it was so useless.
Okay.
I think that those umbrellas are for shade only.
So stay dry, our friends.
And maybe like don't carry a patio umbrella around Disneyland.
Don't do that. Not a good idea.
Mayhaps.
And honestly, with the way the wind has been today, don't bring an umbrella at all.
You
Wear a
might fly
poncho
away.
or a raincoat.
Yeah.
All right, Haunted Mansion and the Marvels are getting new release dates later this year.
Well, they switched.
As things they're all moved around, like more than switched. Haunted Mansion is 2 weeks later. Marvels got moved 3 or 4 months later.
Well, yeah, but Haunted Mansion took the end of July, which the Marvels
No,
had.
Haunted Mansion moved from end of July to August 11th. Marvels moved from August 11th, or no, were they end of July? Anyway, I think they were August 11th to November. Anyway, it's all a mess. What do you think about them stretching out and changing their schedule? And I think it's a good idea.
For Marvel, good.
Yep.
100%. I think that personally, there's rain.
And wind.
It's rain.
Hopefully with our new microphones, you can't tell.
Yeah, but it's okay because I'm going to comment on it. So with Marvel, I can't speak for everybody, but I personally have a fatigue of Marvel. Like, there's just been too much Marvel content coming out. I still haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder, even though it's on Disney+.
You should.
Sure, I'll get to it at some point. I have not seen Quantumania in theaters.
Just King.
And this is so unusual for me because normally, like, I'm either opening weekend or opening night for Marvel movies.
I think there's also, though, like, it's not just Marvel, it's the movie-going experience has not been as good as it once was. And
when was it good?
I think before people went away from it, there was a little bit more of a generalized, this is the decorum of how you go see a movie theater. And there would be the occasional person where you'd see a glow from the phone. And since the pandemic, that has just gone through the roof. Like, there's just way more people that have decided movie theaters are their living rooms. And they talk more, there's more phones, there's more really loud food, all that stuff.
Movie theaters are a horrendous experience.
They're just not, like, it went from an okay thing that you went for the theatrical portion of it to I can't even pay attention to the theatrical portion anymore because so much is going on.
I'll be honest. If I never had to step foot in a movie theater ever again.
I mean, you don't, but...
And they let me watch every movie from my home for a price when it's in theaters, I would be doing that.
I think a lot of people would, and I think that is the direction it ends up going when they can monetize it properly.
I'm thinking of, like, what would I go to the theaters for?
Star Wars.
A Meet the Robinsons re-release?
Indiana Jones.
Like Indy 5? Will I see it in theaters? I don't know.
Absolutely, we will. Opening night.
You will?
You will be going.
Well.
Very important.
Guys, I'm scared. I don't even know. I think I'm just gonna, like, wake up and I'll be like, wait, I'm in a movie theater.
It needs to happen.
That's scary.
Yeah. Anyway, of the two, which one are you more looking forward to?
The Marvels.
Okay.
Like, I know I just said I'm fatigued, but
I think it's gonna be good.
I am weary of a Haunted Mansion film. And that's not because the Eddie Murphy one.
Are you saying because it's cursed? You're welcome.
Also, Taryn understands me.
Oh, good.
Well,
all right.
Move along.
Move along? All right.
Move along.
As we wrap up this week, we are bringing back something from the past. Something we've tried to bring back before, but the technology has not let us do that.
It's getting rid of Katie as a co-
That is the caption of the week. It is back. Every week on Sunday, I am going to be posting a new photo on dapsmagic.com. It may be funny, it may be boring, it may be, who knows?
But that's for you to decide.
That will be completely for you to decide. This week, it is Boba Fett and the Mandalorian staring at each other. You can find it on the website or the link that I assume Roger just tweeted. And what you do is you go to this page, you look at the picture, you think about it, you use your imagination, you scroll to the bottom, and there is a comment form where you can now put in what you think would be a funny caption for this week's photo, and then you hit submit. You can do this as many times as you'd like. Our friend Paul did it like 5 times last night. I think all of them were funny, actually. Then you come back to this page throughout the week, and you vote on what are your favorite captions of the week. And the one that has the most votes on Saturday night when I check it out, maybe Sunday morning, we'll see how it goes, will become the official caption of the week. It will be added to the photo in the caption portion, and then it will end up in a gallery at some point as well. What do you think about the return of caption of the week, Katie?
Woo! It's fun. I am the type of person that makes up silly little stories when I see things. So these are fun for me. And I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments.
Even the Ronto rap one?
Well, no, but
Okay.
everyone else's has been great.
Okay, well, that's something. But anyway, you can head on over to the website. You can participate in this, share this. It was a lot of fun when we did it years and years and years ago before WordPress was a thing. And then when WordPress came along, our technology no longer worked. So we had to come up with a new way to do it. And thankfully, our good friend Chris helped us with that this week. And it is back. So if this goes well, it will continue to go and we will make it a regular thing. And if it doesn't, it'll disappear again. Right?
It'll just be another piece of Daps lore.
All right. Well, I hope it's not. Like, I hope it becomes a thing, because it actually, the first time we did it for probably a year and a half, 2 years, and it really was a lot of fun, and people really got into it. But I think that's it.
Welcome to Geeks Corner Plus.
We are in Geeks Corner Plus. If you have any questions, comments, as you throw those in the chat,
Time for me to.
you know what it's also time for, though?
What?
It's time for you and you to start thinking about the Dapsies. In just a few weeks, the Dapsies will be back. This is the quickest award show of the year. It is the best award show of the year. It's also the most ridiculous. And we like your help. If you have any ideas for submissions for the Dapsies, please leave them in the comments, and we will consider them, and they could become a part of the 2023 Dapsies Awards. How was that?
Good.
Yeah. All right.
The Dapsies stresses me out every year. Anyway. Time for me to talk about what I'm wearing. This is a vest from sleepypeach.clothing on Instagram. They're very good people. If you are a teacher or a student, they do discounts. There is a very Mary Blair-esque button-up that Mr. Daps has that is from them.
That I really enjoy.
They do really cool things. I really love them. They're cool people. I know them personally. It's funny because I've known one of the co-owners since his last clothing brand, which I still have things for. And I also, I now have a reversible bucket hat that is bees on one side and then snails.
I thought for sure you're going to have that tonight.
That's very fair, but I just thought this was very fitting and warm.
Okay.
And there's also they make socks.
The other would have helped in the rain better, though.
That's true. But yes, go give them love. I think they're very, very rad people. And everything they do, they are doing themselves. And it's literally it's good people doing good things. So
That is very true, and I think it's that time, Katie.
it's that time already. You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. From there, you could subscribe to our mailing list, where you could get us in your inbox every day. We'll tell you great news most of the time. And then you can also find our Patreon, where you can see the video from last week that I did not repeat again today.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. That was super embarrassing. You can also just get one-on-one chats with Mr. Daps, where he gets ideas and creativity and all those things.
That is exactly right. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will have, at some point, Magic Happens up on it. I don't know about the duck.
Well, Magic Happens is already up.
Well, a new video of Magic Happens. I don't know if the duck will be returning or not, but we will see. Anyway, that is all the time we have for you this week, so we will see you round the corner.
Bye.